The massive alien ships appeared without warning. They emerged from hyperspace just beyond Mars' orbit, their dark hulls blocking out the distant stars. Earth's military satellites detected them first, sending automated alerts to every major defense center across the globe. In the Pentagon's underground command center, General Robert Smith stared at the main screen with a grim expression. The aliens had positioned 12 warships in a perfect circle around Earth, each vessel larger than any human spacecraft ever built. "Sir, they're broadcasting on all frequencies," reported Lieutenant Tom Wilson, his fingers dancing across the control panel. "They're using perfect English and every other Earth language simultaneously." The message that played across every screen, radio, and communication device on Earth was clear and direct. "Attention inhabitants of Sol 3. This is High Commander Davis of the Galactic Council. Your primitive world has been selected for integration into our empire. Submit to our authority within 48 Earth hours or face immediate consequences." General Smith's jaw tightened. 20 years of preparing for this moment, and still it felt surreal. He pressed the secure communication button on his chair. "Get me the president." President Mary White was already awake, despite it being 3 a.m. in Washington. She sat in the Oval Office, surrounded by her top advisors. The emergency meeting included military leaders, scientists, and intelligence officials from around the world, all connected through secure channels. "They're lying," announced Dr. Jack Brown, Earth's leading expert on extraterrestrial studies. His white hair was messy, clearly having rushed to the meeting. "Our deep space monitors have tracked their movements for years. They're not here to integrate us. They're here for our resources." The president leaned forward. "Explain." "Earth is rare," Dr. Brown continued. "Our planet has something they need. Heavy elements in abundance. Gold, platinum, uranium. Things that are scarce in the galaxy. They've done this before to other worlds. They call it integration, but it's really invasion and strip mining." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. General Smith spoke up through the video link. "Madam President, we need to activate Project SHIELD. Now." Project SHIELD was humanity's best-kept secret. For decades, governments worldwide had worked together, hidden from public view, preparing for this exact scenario. They had recovered crashed alien ships, reverse-engineered technology, and built defenses that no alien force would expect from a primitive world. President White didn't hesitate. "Do it, and contact our deep space allies." Few on Earth knew that humans had already made contact with friendly alien species, small, peaceful civilizations that had also suffered from the Council's aggression. They had helped Earth prepare, sharing technology and intelligence in secret. The next 47 hours were a blur of activity. While the public panicked and governments made a show of debating the Council's demands, Earth's hidden defenses powered up. Cloaked satellites shifted into attack positions, underground bases activated their shields, and in secret facilities across the globe, experimental weapons came online. 1 hour before the deadline, High Commander Davis sent another message. "Your time grows short. Submit, and your species will survive as our servants. Resist, and face extinction." President White stood in the White House Situation Room, watching the countdown timer. She thought about humanity's long history of facing tyranny and fighting back against overwhelming odds. Earth wouldn't bow down. Not now, not ever. "Send our response," she ordered. The message was short. "The people of Earth decline your generous offer. We suggest you leave our solar system immediately." High Commander Davis' reply came quickly, his alien features showing what looked like amusement on the video screen. "You choose extinction, then. How disappointing, but not unexpected from primitives. We will begin with your largest cities as an example, too." The alien transmission cut off mid-sentence as Earth activated its quantum communication jammers, another piece of technology the Council didn't expect humans to possess. General Smith's voice came through clear and strong. "All units, this is not a drill. execute Operation Thunderstrike. Show these bullies why you don't mess with Earth. Across the globe, hidden weapons platforms revealed themselves. Cloaked fighters launched from secret bases, and humanity prepared to teach the Galactic Council a lesson they would never forget. The war for Earth's freedom was about to begin. The Council ships opened fire first, launching bright purple energy beams toward major cities, but their attacks never reached Earth's surface. Instead, they collided with a shimmering energy barrier that suddenly appeared in the upper atmosphere. Shield network holding at 98% capacity, Lieutenant Wilson reported, his voice steady despite the tension. They're using standard plasma weapons, exactly as our allies predicted. High Commander Davis's face appeared on the emergency broadcast system one final time, his expression now showing genuine confusion. Impossible. Your species doesn't have this technology. You're lying about. General Smith cut the transmission with a simple hand gesture. Enough talk. Launch the counterattack. From hidden bases in the Arctic, Atlantic, and Pacific Oceans, Earth's secret fleet rose from the waters. Sleek black ships, built using a combination of human innovation and borrowed alien technology, climbed rapidly through the atmosphere. Each vessel was smaller than the Council ships, but far more maneuverable. Ghost Squadron, you are cleared to engage, General Smith commanded. Show them what humans can do. The Earth ships, led by Captain Mark Anderson and the Ghost Leader, executed their first strike with precision. They had trained for years for this moment, using simulations based on real Council battle tactics shared by their alien allies. The Council ships, arranged in their perfect circle around Earth, suddenly found themselves under attack from multiple directions. The human vessels seemed to appear and disappear at will, their advanced stealth systems making them nearly impossible to track. Target their primary weapon systems, Captain Anderson ordered his squadron. Just like we practiced. The first Council ship fell within minutes, its shields useless against Earth's quantum-based weapons. The massive vessel split in half, its crew escaping in pods that were quickly captured by Earth's recovery teams. High Commander Davis watched in horror as a second, then a third Council ship erupted in flames. "This is impossible," he shouted to his bridge crew. "They're primitives. They shouldn't have this technology." On Earth, President White received an urgent message from their alien allies. The smaller races in the Council were watching the battle with great interest. Seeing humanity successfully resist was inspiring others to question the Council's authority. "Keep pushing," she ordered. "Show the galaxy that bullies can be beaten." The battle continued for hours. The Council ships, designed for intimidation and overwhelming force, proved vulnerable to Earth's more agile tactics. Human pilots, experienced in combat and trained to think creatively, outmaneuvered their opponents at every turn. By sunset, half of the Council's fleet had been destroyed or captured. The remaining ships attempted to retreat, but Earth's defensive network had other plans. Hidden satellites activated their gravity wells, preventing the Council vessels from jumping to hyperspace. "You're not going anywhere," General Smith announced on all frequencies. "Not until we've had a proper discussion about invasion etiquette." In his flagship, High Commander Davis faced a difficult decision. His remaining ships were damaged, his crews were demoralized, and worse, he had just received word that news of this defeat was spreading throughout the galaxy. Other subjugated worlds were already beginning to resist Council authority. We surrender," he finally transmitted, his voice heavy with defeat. "Cease fire, please." The human fleet surrounded the remaining Council ships, keeping their weapons locked on target. Captain Anderson's voice came through clear and strong. "Power down your weapons and prepare to be boarded. Any hostile action will be met with immediate response." As Earth's special forces began securing the alien vessels, General Smith turned to President White's image on his screen. "Stage 1 complete, Madam President. Should we proceed with Phase 2? President White nodded. "Send the message to our allies. It's time to reshape the galaxy's power structure." She paused, then added, "And make sure the Council understands. This was just a small demonstration of Earth's capabilities. If they ever threaten our world again. She didn't need to finish the sentence. The galaxy was about to learn a valuable lesson. Never underestimate humanity's ability to defend itself. And this was just the beginning. The real war was about to start, and Earth was ready to lead it. Deep within the Rocky Mountains, behind layers of security and deception, lay humanity's greatest secret. A massive underground hangar stretched for miles, housing Earth's most advanced military project, the Guardian Fleet. General Smith stood on a viewing platform, watching as hundreds of engineers and technicians prepared the ships for their first real combat mission. Each vessel combined the best of human engineering with carefully reversed engineered alien technology. "Status report," he commanded. Commander John Stone, leader of Project Guardian, stepped forward. His dark uniform bore no traditional military insignia. This project existed outside normal chain of command. "Guardian Fleet is ready for launch, sir. All 30 ships are fully armed and crewed." The general nodded slowly. "And the new weapons?" "Dr. Miller's quantum fusion cannons are installed and tested. The Council won't know what hit them." Above ground, Earth's first victory had sent shockwaves through the galaxy. But intelligence reports showed the Council was rallying its main fleet. Thousands of ships, now heading toward the solar system. They wouldn't underestimate Earth a second time. In the command center, tactical displays showed the incoming armada. President White's hologram appeared beside General Smith. "How long do we have?" 3 days until they reach our outer defense perimeter," Commander Stone answered. "They're moving cautiously this time." "Then it's time for Phase 2, the President decided. "Launch the Guardian Fleet." The mountain itself seemed to tremble as massive doors opened in its side, disguised as natural rock formations. One by one, the Guardian ships emerged into the night sky. Each was a masterpiece of engineering. Sleek, black vessels that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Commander Stone took his place on the bridge of the flagship, Guardian 1. "All ships, sound off." The other commanders reported in, their voices firm with determination. These weren't just soldiers. They were Earth's finest, trained specifically for this mission. "Remember your training," Stone addressed his fleet. "We've spent years preparing for this day. The Council thinks they know what humanity is capable of. Let's show them how wrong they are." The Guardian Fleet accelerated out of Earth's atmosphere, their advanced engines leaving no heat signature to track. Thanks to their quantum stealth systems, they were invisible to both conventional and advanced alien sensors. As they approached the outer edges of the solar system, they received their first transmissions from their alien allies. More races were joining Earth's cause, inspired by humanity's successful resistance. Some had even begun sabotaging Council operations in their sectors. "Multiple hyperspace signatures detected," reported Guardian 1's sensor officer. "Council fleet incoming." The enemy ships emerged from hyperspace in waves, thousands of vessels, ranging from small fighters to massive dreadnoughts. At their center was the Council's flagship, a vessel larger than any humans had seen before. Commander Stone opened a channel to all Guardian ships. "Remember, we're not just fighting for Earth anymore. We're fighting for every race that's ever been bullied by the Council. Execute Battle Plan Delta." The Guardian Fleet split into predetermined groups, each targeting specific sections of the Council armada. The enemy ships, expecting to face the same tactics as before, had formed a tight defensive formation. It was exactly what humanity had planned for. Dr. Miller's quantum fusion cannons fired for the first time in actual combat. Beams of pure energy, operating on principles the Council had never encountered, cut through their advanced shields like they weren't even there. "Direct hits on multiple targets," reported the weapons officer. "Their shields are useless against our new weapons." The Council fleet attempted to regroup, but the Guardian ships were already among them, striking from impossible angles, appearing and disappearing at will. Each human vessel fought with a combination of advanced technology and aggressive tactics that the Council had never encountered. Commander Stone watched as the carefully planned battle unfolded. "Launch our special surprise," he ordered. From within the Guardian ships, smaller craft emerged. Advanced fighters piloted by Earth's best. They swarmed through the Council fleet, targeting engines and weapons systems with surgical precision. The message was clear. Humanity wasn't just defending itself anymore. They were taking the fight to the enemy. And they were winning. As the battle raged on, news spread throughout the galaxy. The age of Council dominance was ending, and a new power was rising. One that fought not for conquest, but for freedom. The war for the galaxy had truly begun. As the Guardian fleet engaged the Council's armada, something unexpected happened. Emergency transmissions began flooding Earth's communication channels. They came from dozens of alien races within the Council, not the dominant species, but the smaller, oppressed civilizations. In the White House Situation Room, President White listened to message after message, each telling similar stories of Council tyranny. "They're reaching out to us," she said to General Smith's hologram. "They see hope in our resistance." The first to make official contact was the Blue Star Alliance, a group of 4 star systems that had suffered under Council rule for centuries. Their representative, Ambassador Ray, appeared via secure quantum channel. "We've watched your battle tactics," the ambassador said, his crystalline form shimmering. "Your species fights with honor, protecting the weak while confronting the strong. We wish to stand with Earth." More allies came forward. The Desert Worlds Confederation, the Ring System colonies, and others, all offering support, ships, and resources to Earth's cause. What had started as a defense of one planet was rapidly becoming a galactic revolution. Commander Stone received the updates while directing the ongoing space battle. "The Council's supply lines are being disrupted," he reported. "Our new allies are blocking their reinforcements." In the Council's Grand Assembly Hall, chaos erupted. The dominant species faced accusations from their former subjects. Years of oppression, resource theft, and military threats were being laid bare. "Earth has shown us the truth," declared one representative, standing defiantly. "The Council isn't invincible. They're just bullies, and we won't bow to them anymore." Back in Earth orbit, Dr. Miller worked with alien scientists from the New Alliance, sharing technology and knowledge. "Their quantum engineering principles perfectly complement ours," she reported excitedly. "Together, we can create defenses that the Council can't possibly overcome." The Council's leadership, faced with this unprecedented rebellion, made a critical mistake. They ordered their ships to attack their own member worlds, hoping to crush the uprising through force. "This is exactly what we expected," General Smith told his commanders. "Deploy Guardian squadrons to protect our new allies. Show the galaxy what Earth's friendship really means." Guardian ships appeared near threatened worlds, their advanced weapons easily defeating Council attack forces. Each successful defense brought more allies to Earth's cause. The Council's attempt at intimidation had backfired spectacularly. President White addressed the growing alliance from the United Nations chamber. "Earth welcomes all who seek freedom from tyranny. We don't want to rule a galaxy. We want to help build a future where no species lives in fear of another." Her words, broadcast across thousands of worlds, sparked more defections from the Council. Military vessels changed sides, bringing valuable intelligence about Council operations. Trade ships diverted their cargo to support the alliance. Commander Stone received a priority message from one of their new allies. "Sir, we've located the Council's main production facilities. They've been hiding them in dark matter clouds, but our combined sensor technology can detect them now. And we know exactly how to hit them," General Smith added. "Prepare for Operation Sunbreak." The Alliance fleet gathered near Jupiter, ships of all shapes and sizes representing dozens of species. Earth's Guardian vessels took the lead, their black hulls standing out among their colorful allies. A Council diplomat, attempting one last negotiation, appeared on their screens. "You don't understand what you're doing. The galaxy needs order, our order." "No," Commander Stone replied calmly. "The galaxy needs freedom." and we're going to make sure everyone gets it. The combined fleet jumped to hyperspace, leaving the Council diplomats staring at empty space. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy's balance of power was shifting. Earth, the planet the Council had dismissed as primitive, had become a beacon of hope for the oppressed. As the fleet traveled toward their target, Commander Stone looked at the tactical display showing hundreds of Allied ships flying in formation with his Guardian vessels. "Send word to Earth," he ordered. "Tell them Phase 4 is ready to begin." The real battle for galactic freedom was about to start, and this time, humanity wouldn't be fighting alone. Dr. Miller stood in her quantum weapons lab beneath the Pacific Ocean, surrounded by holographic displays and alien technology. Her greatest creation, the quantum cascade weapon, was finally ready for deployment. "The physics are revolutionary," she explained to General Smith and the Alliance representatives. "It doesn't just break through shields, it turns their own energy against them. The stronger their defenses, the harder they fall." The Council had always relied on their superior shield technology, believing it made them invincible. They never imagined that a primitive species would find a way to turn that strength into a weakness. In orbit above Earth, Commander Stone prepared the Guardian fleet for their most ambitious mission yet. The new weapons were being installed on every ship, their power systems carefully calibrated. "Engineering reports all ships are upgraded," his first officer reported. "The Alliance fleet is standing by for our signal." The Council's remaining strongholds were heavily fortified, protected by shield systems layered hundreds of times deep. They believed this made them impregnable. They were about to learn how wrong they were. President White gave the final authorization. "Remember, we only target military installations. Show the galaxy that humanity fights with honor, even against those who don't." The combined Earth Alliance fleet moved out, their formation a stunning display of unity. Species that had been enemies under Council rule now fought side by side, following Earth's lead. As they approached the first Council fortress, their sensors detected something massive. "Energy readings off the scale," reported Guardian 1's science officer. "They've built some kind of super shield." Commander Stone allowed himself a small smile. "That's exactly what we were hoping for. All ships, prepare to execute Operation Reversal." The Council's defense fleet moved to intercept them, their ships protected by crackling fields of energy so powerful they were visible to the naked eye. Their commander broadcast a message: "Your rebellion ends here. No weapon can penetrate our ultimate defense." "Want to bet?" Commander Stone replied. "All ships, activate quantum cascade systems. Fire when ready." Dr. Miller's weapons activated simultaneously across the fleet. Beams of shifting energy, neither light nor matter but something in between, lanced out toward the Council ships. At first, nothing seemed to happen. The Council shields flared brighter, their defenders laughing at the seemingly failed attack. Then the cascade effect began. Like dominoes falling in reverse, the Council's shield layers began to collapse inward. Each failing layer triggered the next, building power exponentially. Their own defensive energy turned into a weapon against them. "By the stars," gasped an Alliance observer. "Their shields are eating themselves." The Council fleet tried to power down their defenses, but it was too late. The cascade effect was self-sustaining now. Ships began dropping out of formation as their power systems overloaded. "Target their weapons only," Commander Stone ordered. "Let's show them true strength means knowing when not to destroy." The battle was over in minutes. The mighty Council fortress, believed impenetrable, floated powerless in space. Its defenders, faced with humanity's superior technology and mercy, surrendered. News of the victory spread across the galaxy at quantum speed. More worlds rose up against Council rule, inspired by Earth's example. The balance of power wasn't just shifting, it was being completely rewritten. Dr. Miller received emergency messages from dozens of alien scientific institutions, all wanting to learn from Earth's breakthrough. "We'll share our knowledge," she decided, "but only with those who pledge to use it for defense, never conquest." In the White House Situation Room, President White watched the battle recordings with Alliance representatives. "This is just the beginning," she told them. "Together, we'll build a galaxy where technology serves freedom, not oppression." The Council's remaining leaders, watching from their hidden command centers, finally began to understand. They hadn't just underestimated humanity's technology. They'd underestimated their spirit, their creativity, and their determination to fight for what was right. As the combined fleet prepared for their next target, Commander Stone sent a message to all ships. "Today we prove that the strongest shields can't stop justice. Tomorrow we prove that the largest empire can't stop freedom." The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see what Earth would do next. The Council's main headquarters, a massive space station orbiting a black hole, had stood as a symbol of their power for over 1,000 years. Now it was about to face humanity's final assault. Commander Stone stood on Guardian 1's bridge, watching as ships from across the galaxy gathered for the battle. The Alliance fleet had grown enormous, vessels of every size and design, crews of different species united by one goal: freedom. "Latest intelligence report, sir," his tactical officer announced. "3 more Council battle groups have defected. They're transmitting their command codes now." The Council was falling apart from within. After centuries of ruling through fear, they faced something they couldn't handle: hope. Earth had shown the galaxy that resistance wasn't just possible, it was winning. In the station's Grand Council chamber, panic spread among the ruling species. Their carefully built empire was collapsing around them. Emergency alarms blared as another defensive line fell. Multiple quantum signatures detected. A Council technician reported, fear in his voice. "It's the human fleet. They're everywhere." The Guardian fleet emerged from quantum space at precise coordinates, surrounding the station in a complex 3-dimensional pattern. Alliance ships filled in the gaps, cutting off every escape route. Commander Stone opened a channel to all frequencies. "Attention Council Station. Your empire is finished. Surrender now, and we'll ensure fair trials for your leaders. Resist, and we'll be forced to demonstrate Earth's full military capabilities." Inside the station, the Council's supreme leader, who had never shown his face to lesser species, finally emerged from his chambers. "We still have one option left," he snarled. "Activate the gravity weapon." The station's secret weapon powered up, a device designed to harness the black hole's energy as a destructive force. It was their ultimate tool of terror, meant to destroy entire star systems. But Earth had planned for this too. Dr. Miller's voice came through on the command channel. "Quantum disruption field activated. Their weapon is useless." The gravity beam fired and fizzled harmlessly against the human defense screen. Decades of Council research, neutralized by Earth's superior understanding of quantum physics. "All ships, execute final protocol," Commander Stone ordered. The combined fleet moved in perfect coordination, their weapons targeting specific points on the station's structure. Warning shots disabled the station's outer defenses. Each blast was precise, causing no casualties but demonstrating overwhelming power. The message was clear: resistance was futile. Throughout the station, Council forces began laying down their weapons. Centuries of arrogance and superiority crumbled in the face of defeat. The lower ranks, many secretly sympathetic to the Alliance, began turning against their leaders. "We surrender." The Supreme Leader's voice finally crackled over the comm. We submit to Earth's authority." "Not to Earth," Commander Stone corrected. "To justice. To freedom. To the new Galactic Alliance that will ensure no species ever dominates another again." Earth's special forces, working alongside Alliance troops, boarded the station. They found the Council's secret archives, containing evidence of countless atrocities and oppressions spanning centuries. President White addressed the galaxy from Earth. "Today marks not an ending, but a beginning. Together, we'll build something better than an empire. We'll build a community of worlds where every voice matters." The Council leaders were taken into custody to face trial for their crimes against countless species. Their faces showed shock, not just at their defeat, but at the mercy shown by those they had considered primitive. Commander Stone watched from his bridge as Alliance ships began helping stranded Council civilians evacuate the station. "Send word to Earth," he ordered. "The Council has fallen. The galaxy is free." The news sparked celebrations across thousands of worlds. Species that had lived in fear for generations now looked to the future with hope. And at the center of it all was Earth, the planet that had dared to stand up to tyranny. But the work wasn't finished. There was still one more phase to complete, building a new galactic society from the ashes of the old. 6 months after the Council's fall, Earth hosted the first Galactic Assembly. Representatives from over 10,000 worlds gathered in a massive floating city above the Pacific Ocean, built with combined technology from dozens of species. President White stood at the central podium, looking out at the diverse gathering. Beings of all shapes, sizes, and forms, some gaseous, some crystalline, some beyond human description, all united in their commitment to a better future. "We didn't fight this war to become the new Council," she declared. "We fought it so no one would ever need to be the Council again." The new Galactic Charter was simple but powerful. Every species had an equal voice. No world could dominate another. Technology would be shared, not hoarded. And Earth's quantum defense systems would protect all member worlds from any future threats. Commander Stone, now Admiral of the Combined Defense Fleet, presented the military restructuring plan. The Guardian Fleet will be joined by ships and crews from all member worlds. Together, we'll protect trade routes, respond to natural disasters, and ensure peace. Dr. Miller's Quantum Technology Center had become a hub of galactic science. Researchers from countless worlds worked together, combining their knowledge in ways the Council had always forbidden. Their first major project, developing clean energy systems for developing worlds. The Council kept species divided because they feared our combined potential. She explained to a group of alien scientists, "Look what we've achieved in just 6 months of true cooperation." In orbit, the former Council station had been transformed into the Galactic Unity Station. Its dark corridors now filled with light and life, its weapon systems converted to power massive shield generators that protected nearby worlds. The trial of Council leaders revealed the full extent of their crimes. But Earth insisted on justice, not revenge. Those who showed genuine remorse were offered chances to help rebuild what they had destroyed. "Mercy isn't weakness," President White had declared during the trials. "It's the strongest force in the universe. It turns enemies into allies, fear into hope." Former Council worlds, once stripped of resources, received aid and technology from the Alliance. Earth led efforts to restore damaged ecosystems and rebuild devastated cities. The Guardian Fleet, once a weapon of war, now primarily carried supplies and medical aid. Admiral Stone stood on his flagship's bridge, watching ships from former enemy species working together on a rescue mission. "Send the final status report to Earth," he ordered. "Operation New Dawn is complete." The report detailed the changed galaxy, trade routes reopened, cultural exchange flourishing, scientific advancement accelerating. Former Council fortress worlds transformed into centers of learning and cooperation. In the Galactic Assembly, final votes were cast for the new Leadership Council. Earth was offered a permanent leading position, but President White declined. "Leadership should be earned, not guaranteed," she announced. "Earth will serve alongside all others, rotating responsibilities based on merit and need." The former Council's supreme leader, watching from his rehabilitation center, finally understood what real power looked like. Not dominance through fear, but strength through unity. Dr. Miller's team made one final breakthrough, a way to detect and prevent the development of weapons of mass destruction anywhere in the galaxy. But instead of keeping it secret, Earth shared the technology with all member worlds. "Trust," she explained, "is the foundation of true peace." The galaxy entered a new golden age. Species that had been enemies for millennia now worked together, solving problems that had once seemed impossible. Earth's example, Fierce in defense of freedom, but generous in victory, became a model for resolving conflicts. President White's final address to the Galactic Assembly summed up humanity's journey. We came to the stars prepared for war, but hoping for peace. We fought not for glory or power, but for the right of all beings to live free. And in doing so, we found something greater than victory. We found unity. The Council's fall marked the end of an era of darkness. But Earth's rise marked the beginning of something far more important, an age of light, where the stars themselves became beacons of hope for all species. The galaxy would never be the same again. And that was exactly what humanity had fought for.